Hey guys, welcome back to, I don't know what I'm calling this. I forgot what I called it rather. I'm gonna be walking around a little bit, so you're gonna hear I don't know, quite a lot of stuff. Like I was just moving my table, so you may or may not have heard that. But yeah, welcome back. Making this on a Thursday, so I don't miss out on it again. So this one's being edited by myself. So if it sucks, then you know. Um, so I don't know. A little story thing, I guess, is actually, you know what? Which one should I choose? I have a lot of stories because a lot of stuff happened to me, mostly as a child, because I am a child, or I was rather. I guess we were all children, so the point not very valid. Um, story, story. I guess I should have thought about this before I started recording. Um, hmm. How about my trip to Florida? Okay. So, a while back, I went to Florida to visit my family, or my sister, for the first time in ever, really. Um, so I went there and just hung out for about a month, which, bless her, but man, she is kind of annoying. Just because, annoying because the fact that she was doing the health food stuff, so she would make me. I got sick. So, okay, first off, I should start. So, the first day, we went to Disney World. And. Was it Disney World or was it Animal Kingdom? I think it was Disney World. I don't remember a lot of what we did at Disney World. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. Okay. So it was like around October, so we went to the Halloween thing. Um, so first we went to it regular, and then like a couple days later we went to the thing. So we went to Disney World, just hung out for a little bit, just riding rides. Um, so this was about the time where the storm was coming in. So all of the outdoor rides were closed. So we tried to get on the People Mover, I think is what it was called. I could be like totally wrong. But we did that while it was raining, and it closed down, or like stopped for a while. While we were on it, just in the middle. What else? From there, we did the funny place house thing with Mike. Was that the laugh track or house or whatever it is? The Monsters Inc. thing. We did that. I thought it was kind of funny. I would have did my own jokes, but they were kind of offensive for Disney. Which I would say, but I don't want this video to get taken down or something. But yeah, so we did that for a while. Then from there, we did all the usual like Indiana Jones. Or no, we didn't. We didn't get to do Indiana Jones. What we did do was the Pirates of the Caribbean, which we were with my niece, who was like, I don't know, a couple years old at the time, so we couldn't really do a whole lot without her. But we managed to do that. We managed to go on Pirates of the Caribbean because that was her favorite ride at the time, surprisingly. So we just went on that a whole bunch of times over and over again. And we went on Splash Mountain as well, but yeah, so that was like a couple days in. And then we did the Halloween thing, which we all went as Peter Pan I was Mr. Smee. We had a stroller at the time, which my sister and her husband turned into the pirate ship, or the Jolly Roger, which was pretty darn cool. So that was fun. We did that, and I was amazed about how many Mr. Smees there was gonna be. Because, I mean, well, Mr. Smee is kind of a main, quote-unquote, main character. You just never really think about him. Which is why I wanted to be him, because I'm like, hey, there's this character there too. But that, they didn't, yeah. It was a whole bunch of people. I was confused. So the parade went by, and I got Captain Hook to wave at me, which was pretty cool. So there's that. We stayed at her house for a while, and then we went kayaking, which was pretty fun. We went kayaking down a river, it was really enjoyable, honestly. I did have fun. But me being the brooding type, I'm like, yeah, none of this is fun. I don't want to do any of this. But I obviously was having fun. Yeah, so unfortunately, I was like, yeah, this isn't fun. I don't want to be here. But I was having fun. I was kayaking down. We had snorkels, so we went snorkeling underwater as well. At the time, there was manatees going past. Also, sorry about that awkward silence. I was watching the gameplay. Which I guess I shouldn't. I'm going to cover it up with my mouse or something. Okay, hopefully it doesn't ruin anything. So we were snorkeling with the manatees, or we were trying to, but we didn't see any until we had to return the kayaks. We started heading back, and there was a couple manatees. We saw one, and then I decided to walk with the boat, the kayak, if you want to be particular, but I'm going to call it a boat from now on. So I was walking with the boat down back to the thing, the kayak return. But I had the snorkel on. Okay, so I wear glasses, so I can't see with a snorkel, so it was pretty hard. So I had to get really close. So I ended up getting really close enough to where I could touch it if I wanted to, which I was scared to because I didn't want to disturb it. I almost ran into it by accident. I didn't even see it. But yeah, I was snorkeling with it. I saw it. We were like really close to the part where we had to return the kayak. So we sat there and we were just snorkeling with it for a while, and then my snorkel malfunctioned and got water in there. So that led to problems. But anyways, it wasn't immediate problems. We kind of went back and then returned the kayaks, and then we just went home and went to bed because it was like 5 o'clock and it was like a 3-hour drive back to the house. So we went back, tried to go to sleep. I stayed up playing games because it's me. So I played games for a while and went to bed. But I had trouble breathing, so I let them know. They said go to bed and see if it still happens, take my inhaler, just do all that. And none of that worked, so I ended up going to the emergency room, which they didn't take my insurance, so we had to go to the medical center, which they ended up doing. Her husband took me, but I was diagnosed with pleurisy, which is the inflammation of the lining of the lungs, which put pressure on your lungs, causing pain when you inhale. So I could only take shallow breaths, and then it wouldn't hurt. So I had steroid shots, and then that cleared that up. But next day, my throat started hurting. By the next day, I mean like a couple hours after the medical visit. My throat started hurting kind of bad. And then we went to go eat. We went to Olive Garden. I went to Olive Garden for the first time. Wait, no, that wasn't that. Okay, so we went to Cracker Barrel for the first time. That was when my throat started hurting. And then it kept hurting for a couple days. But anyways, we went there. What did I get? I think I got a steak. No. Did I? What did I get? I might have gotten a steak. I don't know. But I think I got a steak. I'm going to go with that. So, I couldn't eat because my throat hurt so bad. So I ended up taking a lot of it home. And I got to the point where I could barely talk without it hurting. Kind of like scratchy, whatever. We went down, or we just stayed there for a couple days because my niece got sick. How we thought it was like someone's child was coughing and sneezing all over my niece, which wasn't cool. Like, if you see that happen and it's your child, come on. Don't be a trashy person. But, yeah, and then my niece got sick, which then led to my sister getting sick, and then my other sister getting sick, and then I was the last one sick. So, with the throat thing. So, that's how we all think it happened. We're not exactly sure. But, yeah, so we stayed home for a couple days. We went to the beach, but my throat was hurting so bad, so I just sat down, not doing anything. We went to several beaches, so. One of them smelled like sulfur, like really, really bad sulfur. So we ended up staying there. My niece made a couple friends, so we left. Well, that's not why we left. We left because it smelled like sulfur. So we left, went to another beach. By the way, this story is like all out of whack. I should continue down the timeline. Okay, so back to when I had my third issue. Like a couple days after we went to Cracker Barrel, we stayed at home for a couple days, and then we went to Olive Garden, which my throat was still hurting, so whatever. And then my sister had enough of it, so she's just like, hey, go get this superfood. There's garlic and ginger and all this stuff, and celery juice is bad. Celery juice tastes like pork. I really do not recommend it. If anything, drink like bitter cherry juice. It's horrible, so mix it with like ginger ale or Sprite or something. But that just horrible taste. Yeah. So I was drinking that with garlic and then the ginger and then tomatoes and celery juice. So it tasted like pork and hot. Oh, not hot, just pain. So since my throat hurt, it was causing like the ginger and garlic were causing it to burn my esophagus. Like the mucus was gone off of my throat, so it was all scratchy and dry. So it would just go down and burn my esophagus on the way down, and I'm chicking out because I mean it burned really bad. But anyways, ended up feeling better after a while. Towards the end of our month thing. After that, we went to another beach where I saved my niece from stepping on a stingray. I didn't want her to become Steve Irwin. R.I.P. my man. But yeah, so I was warning everyone about the stingray. I went snorkeling out there. Out in the beach. It was like it was shallow for like the longest time, and then you had to get swimming, and then there was a giant drop off, which I was terrified, and I would not go that far because I have thalassophobia, the fear for deep waters, because of a game called Jack and Dexter, where if you went too far, this giant shark would come out of nowhere and eat you. So now I have a fear of like water levels in games and in real life. So that's something you probably didn't know about me. But yeah, did that. Went home. Went to Epcot, I think is what it was called. Did the Epcot Ball. My favorite ride was the space one, where you were like an astronaut and you had to control these things. Man, that was so fun. I want to do that again. I want one at my house. But so it dealt with G-force. So you'd be in a rocket ship and you would press buttons. Like it was 4 people, but for the first time we went on the green path, which is like the light G-force. It was just me and my sister. So it was just the 2 of us in the 4-person. So we like, she was at the end controlling the person to your left, and I was in the, not quite the end, but the next one from the beginning. I was controlling the first one and mine. So because if we didn't do it, then I don't know what would have happened. Probably nothing. Like it would have just continued on. But we did that, and that was pretty fun. And then we went to the orange path, which is the intermediate, like high G-force, motion sickness warnings, all that. That was fun as well. I had a lot of fun. So you would get like super G-force to where you would be stuck to your seat and couldn't really move. But that was amazing. I love rides like that. So we had 2 random people join us because they wanted to do it as well. So they went in first, and it was me and my sister, and then we went in first, and then they went. So we did that, and just did all the button stuff, and it was really fun. And then we went to Animal Kingdom, like the next day after Epcot. That was fun. My favorite ride was the Avatar, the 3D Avatar one, but I ruined the experience, so I'm not gonna tell you how because I don't want you to do it. But yeah, Avatar Land is my favorite. I love the music. I love the fantasy vibe, which is my favorite type of thing when I'm drawing, is like fantasy. Yeah. So we're nearing the end of the video and the end of my story. So the last thing we did was do the Animal Kingdom. We did everything. I spent a lot of money, like a lot of money on that trip. Probably near like $800. Which was a mistake, gotta say. Like a huge, huge mistake. I did not want to spend that much. Not even close. So now I'm in quote unquote debt. Just like I have financial problems now. I'm trying to find a job, but I can't find anyone that will hire me or hire me soon. But anyways, yeah. So thank you for sitting here with the story. I'm going to uncover the gameplay because I want to watch that while I'm finishing up this video. Yeah. So I did have a lot of fun, and I do thank my sister and my brother-in-law for taking me to Florida. Oh, we also saw Tim Hawkins, so God bless.